Alright, I hope you guys are ready for part 2 with my interview with Patrik Nilsson. Just a small notification, a couple of minutes into the interview, the camera went off. I still have the audio, so I kept it running, but there will probably be black or a few pictures or so, just so you know. Apart from that, make sure you enjoy it. Yeah, the part 2 with Patrik Nilsson starts now. Okay, Kona, 2017, 8th place. Your first try on the island. Feelings, thoughts of the race?
I mean, just like we said, it's easy to forget what you actually have.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I was able to finish 8th, and it's great, but Patrik was 3rd the first time.
I know.
So I like crossed the finish line, I was like, fuck, I didn't beat Patrik. I was like, I'm really happy, but still.
And you've been training with him, and I know that you've been able to keep up with him on training sessions.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know he's really good, but like he was 3rd the first time.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, then I want to be 2nd the first time. So it's really like, I mean, just remember what you actually have, and it's. Yeah. I'm really happy with the 8th place. I really am, but.
You're not satisfied.
I'm not satisfied.
No, you're hungry for more.
Yeah, and I think that's the hard stuff, being a professional athlete. Yeah. Most of the time, that you always want more. Yeah. I'm really happy with the 8th place, but I'm not going to Kona to be 8th. I want to be first. Yeah. So it's a huge motivation to know that the run I did I did a really good swim. I think it was like 6th or something like that out from the water, which is great.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's kind of good. And then
Since you were too slow for the short distance guy.
Yeah, exactly. And then, I mean, I kept up with the bike. Then when some of the fast guys like Sebastian and Lionel came, I mean, they are really good bikers.
Yeah, so but I mean, I'm not an expert, but I feel like Kona is so much about the bike, like through the media. You have to be a super strong rider. What they don't really show is that if you look at top 10, for example, most of the guys in the top 10 are people coming from behind, running themselves up.
Exactly.
It's very easy to go out too hard on the bike and blow up on the run later. But I mean, if you're strong on the bike, then you get a lot of media attention and stuff.
I think that's, I mean, a lot of people like strong bikers. It's pretty cool to like see someone like Sebastian go on the bike. I mean, it looks.
And triathlon is a equipment sport. Like people like their equipment. Really cool. And sure, running shoes are cool, but it's not as cool as a pretty solid time trial bike. I think.
No, exactly. Of course, I like the Hoka shoes and I like the BMC bike, but. It's always something special with the bike. I think it always will be.
Ah, fuck! Sluta filma. Sorry, the camera died a bit. New angle, whatever. We were talking about the bike, top 10. But what I really want to know is, are the winds as hard as they say?
The winds?
On the island, on the bike.
Ah, the winds?
Winds.
Wind. I think last year was a pretty quick year, I think. It was my first time, so I'm not really sure, but thinking of Patrik's course record, it's in Cameron's bike course record, I think it was a pretty fast year, and the winds, of course it's windy, but I think Fuerteventura is more windy. Yeah. Right now, really, to be honest, it's, of course it's hot as well, but it's just for a short while. Yeah. So I think it's more like all the stuff around the race, it's like legendary.
It's the legend, the rumors,
exactly.
And, it's supposed to be a tough, hard course, and obviously this, but yeah, maybe last year was a bit more chill on the winds.
Yeah, I think it was okay.
Yeah. And then the run. You came off the bike in what, 26th or something?
15, I think.
15? Oh, sorry, I don't know.
Like around.
Yeah. And you did a pretty good time. You had 2:52 or something. 2:50. 2:55.
On the run. 55, on the run. I think.
2:55. But with.
Yeah, I got some problems with the stomach. So I went to T2 together with Patrik and David McNamee, who finished 3rd. And then I missed the last aid station, so I biked 20 minutes, half an hour without anything to drink. Yeah. Coming to T2 and just took everything I was able to get, which kind of messed with the stomach. Yeah. So during the first 15 20K, I had stopped 6, 7, 8 times for to take a shit. To be honest,
Number 2.
number 2.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Now we're talking Ironman.
This is hard.
Yeah.
Now it was. I mean, it kind of drains your energy levels. I mean, you get really like, shit, this is both motivation and I mean, you actually loses a lot of energy.
Like,
so that was like a motivation down period. What you call it. But I saw top 10, like it might be possible to get to top 10 and like, okay, let's keep an okay pace on the run. It never went really quick, but I did what I could and was...
Yeah, but if you're doing 2:55 with having to stop to take a shit 6 times on a marathon,
it could be...
I feel like it's decent, and I know that's why you probably left the island a bit unhappy and motivated to do even better next year.
Yeah, exactly. I think I would be maybe happier if I finished like 10th and feeling like, okay, I gave it all. Yeah. This was 100% on my level. This was all I got.
Yeah.
Now I'm standing like, okay, I'm really happy with 8th place, but did I have more?
Yeah.
Would I be able to?
Yeah. And especially since it was a mistake like that. I mean, it wasn't really Hawaii that made it difficult. It was that you actually missed the last aid station on the bike that made you mess up the race. So it's kind of an easy thing to fix, I guess.
Yeah, I hope it's like possible to change it to next year. Like, okay, you always need maybe a bottle in backup.
Yeah.
So you always have, okay, I lose that bottle. Let's take a backup one.
Yeah. But it's experience, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You learn from your mistakes, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you. We're moving on here to some, just some quick questions, nothing specific, but your fastest ever Ironman marathon?
I think it's like 2:40.
Where?
I think it's Frankfurt.
Frankfurt.
Yeah, I think.
Decent. You have done a few like 2:40-ish runs, haven't you?
Yeah, I think Frankfurt, Barcelona, Copenhagen should be around 2:40, 2:42.
Yeah, so you're a runner, I guess.
I try to.
What are you trying to aim for on the bike, power-wise, on an Ironman? Are you allowed to say that?
I could ask my coach, but no, usually, since I'm not like the strongest biker, I know I'm able to run fast. I usually just try to keep up with the front group. So I'm able to keep between 280 and 300 most of the times. And going harder, then it starts to be maybe pushing the limits, but I'm also able to do a 240 run.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe I could bike harder and do a 242 run.
It's all about the tactics of the race.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope for next year it's possible to maybe change them a little bit and okay, let's go hard on the bike, see what happens with the run. To find where the limit actually is.
Yeah, but we don't know that yet, so we don't give away any secrets here. How much training do you do the most in a week, in hours?
Usually between, if it's a good normal
like a
training
big week, the biggest week you do.
The biggest week might be like here, between 30, 35, 36 hours.
And like on average?
Around 30. Might just below. So with core and strength training, it's around 30, I guess.
Yeah, it runs away quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, kinda.
And how do you divide it through the swim, bike and run, like in percent?
Of course the bike takes a lot of time. If you're doing 1 or 2 long bike rides, so you're quickly up to 10 or 15 hours a week. I usually try to do, again, a normal solid training week. It's like 5-6 swim sessions, 5-6 runs, 5-6 bikes.
So like session-wise, quite equal, but then obviously more riding, then running probably, and then...
Yeah, exactly, and it's always depending on time as well. If it's going up to a big race, it's focus on the long bike ride, so get with some specific intervals on the bike. Then the run, it's longer runs. It's 1.5, 2:15 runs, and maybe not so much intensity, but so it's always changing over time.
Okay. And here's a question from Oskar Järv, our fellow Swede down here, and my roommate, and you've seen him in the vlog. And since you have a son, Matteo, who's 11 months, Oscar's question is, what would you choose to get on your shirt? Baby pee or baby poo?
I think baby pee, because it's really nasty to poo.
Yeah?
It's really bad actually.
Yeah. Okay, Oscar, you hear that? And before race, the night before, what do you eat for dinner?
Usually I'm able to eat most. I know before Ironman Kalmar, where one night I think I eat like Indian food with some rice
Really?
and curry and
With vegetables as well?
yeah, I think.
Huh. Interesting.
Maybe not too much vegetables, but I think we ordered like some extra rice on the side. But
yeah. So you're not one of the 60% who always eat pizza before the race?
No, I think I don't think pizza is like necessarily really bad, but it's perhaps not the best. I mean, you need to digest it, it needs to go through the system, but
you're starting so
it's
early,
kind of fat. Yeah, I think a normal, like some pasta or rice with chicken.
Okay. And for breakfast?
Usually some oatmeal.
Yeah?
I think it's like, or like overnight oats. It's easy even when you're traveling. You put some oats in a bowl, put some water in, and then just let it stand in the fridge. I think that's pretty good with like honey or something.
Okay. And you do that like 4 hours before the race, 3 hours?
I usually try to be finished 3 hours before the race, but then I take like a banana or energy bar or something like an hour before.
Yeah, just to fill it up.
Yeah, exactly, and a gel before the start.
Okay. And if you have had a good race, how do you celebrate? What do you eat?
I usually try to like, okay, I need to recover. I usually have like a next race coming. Yeah, I'm really boring in that. No, but really I try to, at least during the dinner, during the breakfast, to like, okay, let's eat healthy. You need the vitamins, you need the protein shake, you need to be healthy still if you don't want to get sick. Yeah,
and this is one of the things I'm really impressed with Patrik, just the attention to details, because a lot of people just go out and grab a burger or whatever, just like celebrate the race. Yeah. But I saw an interview with you a couple of years ago and you were talking about recovery, and you go out and you eat boring salad and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, of course you don't go out after an Ironman race and eat a big salad, but like you can eat like a burger, but okay, you need the vitamins.
Yeah, but you're preparing the plate to get maximum recovery, and that's what is
exactly.
Really
like you need the carbs. After a race, I always have a protein shake with me in this white bag, like what you can take after the race to like really let's speed up the recovery. Both for injuries, not to get sick, and then to recover as well, so you can do a second race as well.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. And what's your personal best when it comes to toilet stops on the run?
I think I did like 4:15, 4:20 on a kilometer with a toilet stop in Barcelona. So I did a toilet stop. Like ran 500 meters before or something. Toilet stop, running 500 meters after. On that kilometer, I had 4:15. And that was with a toilet stop.
That's impressive.
I think it's a matter of seconds.
Okay, cool. And the last quick one. Do you pee on the bike on an Ironman? And when do you do it?
I think most people do, actually.
I don't know, I haven't done one, so.
I usually pee on a bike towards the end, mid end.
And it's just like sitting tucked in and then like finding a nice downhill and
letting go. Try to think of something, so I think I look like crossing the eyes like, oh,
very relaxed.
It's not easy, but I mean, you save some time.
And I mean, the shoes, they must smell awful after an Ironman. I know for racing short distance, you're an hour or 2 hours, and the shoes just smell like shit.
Yeah, it's really bad. I mean, you get like some gels in it, you get sport drink water. It's kind of bad. So usually put them in the washing machine after, and they are more or less back on track. More or less.
It's beautiful, beautiful sport, Ironman. Well, I think that's everything. But before we leave, what are the plans for 2018?
I think the main focus is Frankfurt and Kona.
Yeah, same as last year?
Yeah, I think it was a good setup, and I mean, you're able to do some short distance in the spring and the start of the summer, and then doing Frankfurt. Usually it's hot as well. I think it was a nice course. I was third last year, so I'd like to go back and improve that one.
Yeah.
And it gives some. I mean, you're doing Frankfurt and 2 weeks off, and then start to train it towards Kona. I think it's a good.
Yeah,
it's
a good a lot of time in between, and it's kind of like
Yeah,
you have
it's
something
still
now
like-
to train for middle of summer.
Yeah, exactly. And
Take a week off or something. I don't know.
yeah, and it's
then
not like too long time
Yeah.
between either. It's. I think you take like 2 weeks off. You still have 2.5 months
Yeah.
going up to Kona, so it's like enough with time, but not too much.
Yeah. And will you do any other racing, half Ironmans?
Yeah, I'll do Challenge in Canarian,
Mm?
7.3 Barcelona, and 7.3 European Championships.
So busy schedule. And
Yeah, and
Kalmar Mini 3.
Karma Miniature, exactly.
Yeah.
I will see. Yeah, it would be fun.
It would be fun, but
Yeah,
I
it
know
would be really
you're
cool.
you're busy and everything. Maybe Swedish champs over half Ironman as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
So there's a lot of thoughts, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it should be good.
Yeah. And on Monday you're going back home to Denmark, and then is that where you will be, or
Yeah,
you have more
exactly.
camps coming up?
Nothing planned actually.
Hmm.
Some testing, some short lectures and stuff, but nothing too serious.
Hmm.
That's good. So Challenge in Canada next.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much. Obviously, if you want to follow Patrik, he's got social media, or who's running it, you or Teresa?
Both of us.
Both of us. So you can follow him on Facebook. His Facebook page is Patrik Nilsson Triathlete, and also on Instagram Patrik3. Not Patan Patron anymore.
Not Patrik Matron. Patrik 3.
That's old. Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if you like this channel, you know you can subscribe. Oh, we can put it on Patrik's head. Just click here on my face on Patrik's head, and then if you want to see more videos from the camp here, just see them over here. And Patrik, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure training with you down here, and nice
Thank
seeing you
too.
again.
Yeah, it was a good test you did today. It was good to see.
Yeah, I actually did an 800 meter test, so I'm a bit tired today. But I made the cut for the Swedish national team. 9:39 at the end of the camp. That's good. It's decent.
9:31, yeah.
9:31.
Yeah,
What did I
that's
say?
good. I think 39.
9:31. Okay, now we're gonna have dinner, and everyone else is waiting for us. So, ciao.
Ciao.